This is going to be the second panel discussion of the day, not the third one. This is about marketing metamorphosis, real estate branding in digital first era. Have I got it right now, the topic? This is what, yeah, thank you. All right, when you make mistake, you lose your confidence, right? So that helps in the validation process. All right, jokes apart, marketing metamorphosis, real estate branding in digital first era. This is what we are going to be talking about right now. My session chair for this one, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alok Gupta, who's the director at Graphisats Private Limited. Alok ji, as a director with over 19 years of experience, has brought accountability and professionalism to all functions of the organization. He's also, ladies and gentlemen, associated with various organizations such as CII, Entrepreneurs Organization, EO, Indian Angel Network, among others. He's also an active angel investor, aiming to incubate new businesses that are socially relevant and contribute to the nation's growth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be introducing our speakers in alphabetical order right now. My first speaker for the session, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Amit Baid, who's the founder and creative director at ABC Brand Advisory. Amit ji is a veteran advertising creative director with a pedigree of defining major brands like Videocon and Manyavar. But real estate has been his evergreen love. He's catered to India's leading real estate developers, 300 plus real estate brands and 1,000 plus real estate projects. His current passion is to nurture distinct real estate communications where brands and not just projects stand out. Ladies and gentlemen, that's about Mr. Amit Baid. We have our moderator joining us over here. Give him a big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen, as he has joined us. Thank you so much. My next speaker, we have Amit ji over here joining us as well. Thank you so much. I request you to take your seat, sir, over here, as per the photo arrangement over here. Yeah, thank you. All right, our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, please take note. She's the Honorable Vice President, Channel Sales, Marketing and Communication at HCBS Developments Limited, Dimple Bhardwaj. From her early successes at Raheja Developers to her current role, has consistently broken barriers and is known for her strategic acumen. Dimple ji has also built powerful channel ecosystems, driven innovative campaigns, and has positioned brands for exponential growth, uniting sales strategy with brand storytelling. A big round of applause for her as well, please, as she joins us over here on stage. Thank you so much. My next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Karan Kumar, who's the Chief Marketing Officer at Hero Realty Private Limited. Karanji is a distinguished brand strategist and business leader with over 23 years of experience driving brand excellence and fostering profitable growth across diverse sectors, including CPG, retail, healthcare, and real estate. He has also held senior leadership roles at prominent organizations such as ITC, Fab India, DLF, Art Fertility Clinics, and BPTP. A big round of applause for him as well, please, ladies and gentlemen. When I say big round of applause, it doesn't match up with your actions, everybody. Yes, that's how you do it. Thank you. My next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is Dr. Vishesh Rawat, who's the Vice President and Head of Marketing, Sales and CRM at M2K Group. Dr. Vishesh Rawat is a seasoned real estate leader with over 25 years of experience, and he brings academic excellence, market acumen, and practical leadership to the dynamic and competitive real estate sector. In his current role, he's overseeing a large multifunctional team across marketing strategy, digital outreach, sales, post-sales, customer experience, and of course, leasing. My next speaker over here is Mr. Rohit Kedia, who's the founder of ArcVI. With a background spanning design, storytelling, and technology, Rohit Kedia has focused on reimagining how developers present projects and engage with home buyers. Under his leadership, ArcVI has become a trusted partner for leading developers across the country, helping elevate market strategies with creativity and innovation. You heard all the good stuff about Rohit, but then I've known him for some time. He's a great human being as well. A big round of applause for Mr. Rohit as well, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And my next speaker over here is Mr. Shashank Jain, who's the director, EY at Parthenon. Shashank ji carries over 13 years of experience in the last few years. He has been working as a trusted advisor to real estate developers across various business scale and markets in areas of sales and marketing transformation, building capabilities through business and digital transformation, enabling a data-led organization, establishing center of excellence for generation of new ideas. Oh my God. Their achievements are so much. I've been trying to compete with their pace, the pace at which they've been coming. I've been trying कि मैं उसके पहले खत्म कर लूँ, but काम ही इन लोग का इतना है कि मैं कैसे खत्म करूँ. Nonetheless, jokes apart, big round of applause for all of them, please, ladies and gentlemen. The second panel of the day. Can we quickly update the timer and begin? And over to you all. I won't take further of your time. There's the timer for your reference.
Thank you. Thank you for the marathon. I think 30. Okay, we thought it's 30. You've increased 5 minutes. But we'll try and wrap up in 30.
Yes, I can.
Good evening, everyone. Very interesting panel topic, marketing metamorphosis, real estate branding and digital first era. So I've been a part of the industry since last 19 years, out of which 17 I've looked at real estate very deeply. And I've actually seen the transition from a very, very offline branding to an offline plus online. And if in future we look at an online only, that's what we'll start to discuss. We have a leading lady in the panel, so we'd like to start with you, Dimple. So my first question or my first interaction would be, how has the home buyer journey evolved in the last 5 years in this so-called digital first marketing?
So, in the last 5 years, for me, there is a complete transformation from print first to digital first. So, what I mean is earlier, people were actually focused more on print than digital. But then, today's home buyer, they are more concerned about things which are available readily online, handy. So, our phones are the ones, which always we carry our phones every time. So today, the 97% of the real estate home buyers, they go online, and then they search for the developer first, the brand, and then the project. So before, पहले क्या होता था that people used to go at sales offices, sales sites, and then used to take decisions. But today things have changed dramatically. People go online. They click on different videos, images, and especially the Google reviews that are available online, and take their decision. So 35% of the decision is being made while they search online for any property, for any developer. 88% of today's home buyers believe on Google reviews. 54% of buyers will not go to a project site, or will not recommend that project or buy that project if there is no virtual tour available on the internet. And of course, another important digital tool is, email marketing, the content marketing, where, the conversion rate is 40% more than any other digital tool. Why I'm saying so is the ROI is 3600% more than any other thing. And then, people would like to read, they would like to listen, they would like to obviously look at the deliveries. They want to see everything online. So as a developer, it is very important for us to keep everything available readily online, whether it is a RERA certificate or AR, or a walkthrough of the project, or a drone shoot of the deliveries. Everything is very important.
That's a very interesting point you brought up, that 54% of the prospective buyers won't go to the site if there's no virtual tour. So Rohit, that means Big Moola.
Thank you. So I'd like to add that we divide the consumer in the home buyer journey in two era: pre-COVID era and post-COVID era. Pre-COVID, people were going to the site, they're exploring the sites. If they have to buy a house, they go to 10, 15 sites to decide one. After COVID, people become habituated that they need all the information digitally. They want to they want to absorb as much data as possible digitally, and then they take decision. 50% decision they already take when they see all these creatives which are available digitally, and then they visit the site to get clarity, negotiations and all. So digital has become a part of it, and as we go in the next, as the time progresses in the future, more and more sales will see that the sales is also getting converted digitally, where consumer may go to a site for negotiations and to do to check the actual model flat and all, but still the 90% decision will be taken with the digital content which they consume on a daily basis.
So primarily the pre-sales part, a lot of it is moving to the digital touch points that
Correct.
You're saying.
Yeah.
I'm sure Rohit is too busy just earning and counting the moolah. So Shashank, you've been consulting with real estate since a lot of time, and What's your take? I mean, how has the market transitioned from a print first to supposedly a digital first or a 360 first?
Sure. So great question, and good evening, everyone. So I think I agree with Dimple and Rohit when they said, so if you see the shift, so earlier it used to be a very linear journey. Customer, if they want to purchase an apartment, they would go to the site, talk to the sales team, talk to the channel partner, and that would be the primary source of information dissemination, right? Today, I think thanks to all these digital platforms, the customer is aware about you as a brand, your legacy, what do other people talk about you in the market. So by the time the customer has come to meet you, the customer knows you far better than perhaps you even know the customer, right? And chances are that 30-40%, at least he or she's made up their mind also on you as a brand and perhaps the product. So that's the shift we're seeing. And of course, I think from a developer perspective, developers are investing into technologies, some basic ones like say a chatbot, or even looking at digital marketing for lead nurturing. So while perhaps traditional channels work great for brand awareness and lead generation, I think the mid funnel is where the digital marketing is coming into play.
So, Amit, since the shift has already started, it has happened significantly. Do you think the creative aspect from an advertiser or from a real estate brand perspective, what's the significant shift that has happened in the mindset of a builder when we're talking from an offline first to an online first, building a brand?
Hello, everyone. Online to offline, the change. There's a lot of change in media, how you talk to a buyer or a prospective buyer. But I think a larger change will happen as we use digital to listen and understand what the consumer wants. So that is the change that will be a game changer. Media evolving from one media to another won't make it becomes very easy to address you. This media is working, so you go to this media instead of the other media, print media to online. When we start using digital to understand the buyer better and take decisions about the product from there, that will be the change in marketing, because we have to be clear that media is not advertising, advertising is not marketing. Marketing means listening to the buyer just as much.
Karan ji, I think time immemorial I've seen you working within real estate sector.
इतना बड़ा भी नहीं Time immemorial.
Not from that perspective, but yeah, I think जो transition है वो आपने बहुत अच्छे से देखा होगा. और पहले ना लाइफ बड़ी आसान होती थी कि यार कोई रिव्यू नहीं मैनेज करना, कोई ORM नहीं करना, गूगल माई बिजनेस पे इतना वो नहीं करना. सो हाउ डू यू क्रिएट अ बैलेंस बिटवीन अ ट्रेडिशनल ऑफलाइन मीडिया अपॉर्चुनिटीज नाउ विद द ऑनलाइन एडवेंट दैट इज कमिंग इन, क्योंकि प्रिंट है, रेडियो, होर्डिंग्स, इवेंट्स and site visits and digital first campaigns. So it's a heady mix from a marketer's perspective, not easy. So what's your thought?
So iske andar, the way I would look at it is, a lot of my panelists have said a lot of things that I agree with. See, the thing is this: what COVID did was that it expedited the digital ecosystem. It existed before it, it exists after it, right? But COVID ensured that you didn't get out of homes. Therefore, discovery had to happen online. And everybody pulled up their socks. Whether it was a brand, whether it was an agency, whether it was a partner, whether it was a collaborator, whether it was a channel partner, right? And one of the things that channel partners today do themselves very well is to create beautiful reels. That itself is a symbol of the role of digital today in the entire decision-making process. Pre-sales, sales, wo baat ki baat hai. What was pre-sales earlier and what has become pre-sales now, or the gambit of pre-sales is expanded, different story. But you see a whole lot of influencers and a whole lot of influencers from channel partner fraternity actually leveraging that. So digital is here. Second part is, I'm not too fussed about how to create the balance, honestly. because what's really important is the consumer that you're targeting. वो consumer या वो audience अपनी information कहाँ से consume कर रहा है या कर रही हैं, right? Now, if that consumer is not consuming that information a lot from print media, then is that person consuming news at all? If yes, then which online news platforms? You need to advertise there. Not consuming news from regular platforms like TOI.com, HT.com, Scroll, InShots, whatever. Then you go and figure out, अच्छा बाकी news कहाँ से आ रही है? वो कहाँ से? Instagram से आ रही है, Facebook से आ रही है, Thread से आ रही है, कहाँ से आ रही है? YouTube से आ रही है. You go and advertise there, right? So, as a marketing person, when I started my career sometime back, इतना पुराना नहीं जितना इन्होंने बोला, the only thing that I was taught was go where your consumer goes. Go where your audience goes. If the audience consumption habits have changed for information, so should your habits of where you want to serve information also change, right? So it's actually quite intuitive. People who don't want to, people understand this, but sometimes don't want to make this change, which is where the problem is, which is where the disconnect is. Because a lot of senior folks in organizations and senior by age have still not realized or refused to realize that the medias of consumption have changed.
Yeah.
So, which is where that disconnect fundamentally happens. But otherwise, अगर आप अपनी सेल्स गैलरी में जाके बैठे किसी भी प्रोजेक्ट की और पूछें लोगों से कि आप मेरे बारे में कहाँ देख के क्या समझ के आए, कौन से एरिया में आपने मुझे if somebody is searching you on Google, it's counterintuitive that you need to provide ads on Google, right? How many people are searching you through newspaper ads and coming to you? There will still be a component, but if Google is dominant or Meta is dominant or YouTube is dominant or TikTok is or whatever is dominant, then you need to go there. I think people realize, but there is still a certain inertia in making that shift. And a beautiful point was made, I think, by someone on the panel right now. Today, the consumer knows much more about you before he's coming to you than you even know who your consumer is. It's a very powerful statement. आप खोजते रहते हैं कि मेरे को किसको टारगेट करना है, लेकिन जो आपके पास आया है वो आपकी पूरी जन्मपत्री पढ़ के आया है. At least जन्मपत्री published online. So therefore, what you do online, how you manage your reputation online, how do you respond online, how do you communicate online is supremely important. And I think that pretty much sums up the digital era.
That's why we are seeing a trend that most of the real estate developers today have an in-house digital marketing setup to manage everything. So, Dr. Rawat, इसमें आपका भी input would be great to have from a real estate perspective to how to maintain that balance and what is your experience?
Thank you, Alok. In fact, Alok is also there and he's making Mullah. Rohit was also there. So if I have to make a statement, so this itself makes it clear that both are very important. As Rohit said, it is very important, to understand who is the target audience. If target audience is young, if I'm selling a studio apartment, if I know that they are going to be on social media, they are going to be online, so I have to be there. So, if I'm selling some large penthouse and I know my customer audience is 50 plus, so I know that he's also there on online, but yes, he's also using other media. So I will find him at other places as well. So print is important to me, outdoor is important. Site visits will always be there because as far as home buying is concerned, real estate is concerned, this is a very important part of one's lifetime. So decision making is very tough. This is emotionally, financially, cognitively. So all senses have to be activated while property is being purchased. So obviously it's going to be researched, understood, and then customer is going to take a decision. Yes, nowadays digital first, I would say we have to be there as a marketeer where the customer is. So customer is online, customer is seeing reels. Influencer marketing is very important because, you get validation. Someone known face is saying that this is good, it is. In fact, in that sense, print media is also very important because this is not the only way that you are communicating to the customer, but it is about validating. You are giving ads online, you are on Google, you are on Meta,
you are doing digital marketing, Google marketing, but print media, if a customer is seeing your product on the phone, he's getting the information, but the customer is seeing this on the print in a full page ad. So he gets validation, he gets confidence. Trust, because real estate, trust is very important. So all these things, when combined, it generates trust.
So that's what, we used to tell the clients that print is for trust. Print is first. Earlier it used to be for sales leads also, but now it's more of a trust medium.
Yeah.
कि print में है तो trust है. So Dimple, real estate branding today, I mean, is it more about the trust building with the prospective client, or is it more about the lead gen? And how's the balance?
So it's a great question, I would say, and but this creates a dilemma as a marketeer in my mind also. From sales perspective, lead generation is very important that's our bread and butter. But then trust is very important. So it is these days it is other way around. Let me put it that way. So earlier, developers used to flood print ads, prints with ads, and they used to generate a huge number of leads and then filter them so that the clients can come at the site. But today, the trust is first built online, and once it is built online, then only a client comes to your sales gallery. So I would not say that the clients today become lazy, but then yes, they become more faster, and then of course they want to save time because people usually spend a lot of time traveling. So for them, it is very easy, to go online and see what the developer has done in the past, and then based on that trust and credibility, of course, it becomes lead. So trust is the lead magnet that generates quality and, of course, becomes cheaper also. So yes, I was saying that, trust is the lead magnet. Of course, when the buyer trusts you, it automatically converts into a sale.
So Shashank, your inputs on the same lead gen or trust, and how do you balance the real estate branding aspect on that?
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. So, question. The way I see the house purchasing journey, people write the biggest check of their lives while purchasing a house, right? So, just thinking of lead generation perhaps is a short-term transactional view in my view. And historically, if you see NCR market, it's been a trust deficit market, right? So one needs to spend time to build that trust, build that relationship that lasts. And that relationship or trust could mean I'm known for my construction quality, I'm known for delivering projects on time, I'm known for customer experience, right? And you have to do this consistently. I think I completely agree with Dimple where she said winning customer trust pays off in the long term. And I'm sure Akhil here from Reloy also, perhaps in his next session, will talk about it. I've seen developers having referral loyalty as a sales engine, contributing as high as 20 to 30%. And the contribution, the cost of customer acquisition significantly reduces, right? So that's where I leave it at.
Very interesting.
Just one small bit. I've been hearing this conversation of lead generation versus trust.
Yeah.
It's not an either or, right? Because even when you do online advertising, and there are lots of my friends, including Viresh here, who does a fantastic job working with us, lead generation also has a certain brand advertising or brand awareness budget in it. So even when we do digital and online, there is a lead generation or a performance budget, and there is a brand or an awareness budget. So it's not as if you don't do awareness when you go online, right? The only thing that happens additionally in newspapers is that you leverage and piggyback on the newspaper's credibility. Because it's often said कि एक बार जो चीज़ publish हो गई है, उसको हटा नहीं सकते हो आप. या आपने hoarding पे लगा दी है तो हटा नहीं सकते हो उसको आप. Online करेंगे तो you can pull down the ad, you can modify the ad, किसी को दिखेगा, किसी को नहीं दिखेगा. So I think the newspaper comes in more from the point of view of piggybacking on the credibility of the newspaper. But insofar as trust is concerned, even when you do only online and no print, trust is still important because there also, and trust is important because there, you do brand awareness campaigns, not just performance, but even in the performance marketing, आप जो claims दिखा रहे हैं, आप जो creatives दिखा रहे हैं, वो भी झूठे नहीं हो सकते ना. So trust तो वहाँ से भी है. So it's not exactly an either or, insofar as I'm concerned.
So, very, very interesting point. So, Amit, I'd like to come to you.
Just a bit I would add here. I think the harder you work on your branding, the less you need to stress for your lead generation. And I was just wondering when I was hearing this, how much lead generation budget does iPhone have? So if you build a strong brand, lead generation would be much, much easier. And if you have not worked hard on your branding, you are really going to stretch and stress for your lead generation.
So, my next question is also to you. Real estate is just being a high involvement purchase, high ticket item. What role do you see of a digital touch point in the overall buyer confidence of sales?
So let's break the decision into two parts. One is generating interest, finding that interest within. That's the first part. And second part is the finality. Finally, when you take a decision to buy or not to buy. I think generating interest is something that is going to happen a lot online, where you know about the project and you know about multiple projects, you compare, you discuss, you talk about it. And then comes the site visit. Site visit is your step towards seriously considering a purchase. I don't see a single house being sold in the next 20 years without a site visit. I don't see that. With all the proliferation of digital and online everything, I don't see anybody putting his life savings without actually visiting the site.
Yeah, from an end user perspective, I'm dead sure investors को तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, but end user तो जब तक जाएगा नहीं, final नहीं करता. So Rohit, various touch points, social media, 3D walkthroughs, AR, VR now. I mean, everything is in future will be on your glasses. So how important?
So, like earlier, offline media is so important to sell. But similarly, I not say that it will replace the offline media, but it is equally important because see, when a customer comes to a site also, there you want to experience. So if you see, you can put a model flat, one model flat, you can make a one model flat. But now customer wants to see, okay, how does my home, like I am looking at a 2 BHK or this measurement, how does that looks? So you want to experience his house. You cannot make all 10 variations more model flats. So there you need VR to give them an experience that is this how your house looks like. And see, people are buying a house just by seeing the blueprint. So they want to experience also, okay, how does a tower looks like? What is the in and around my project and everything. People are moving from different locality to a different locality when they're buying a house. So they want to do all this research, and when it comes to a site, they expect the salesperson handle these queries. Sometimes you sell a house that this will get XYZ view, a lake view or something. So they want to say, okay, what is the view I'm getting from my house if I'm buying it 15th floor, 18th floor or 40th floor. So we need to be prepared with all these digital creatives that we can immediately showcase to them, because that's where trust comes into picture. If you can't show them, you say them, okay, I'll send you picture after a day or two, you've lost that interest immediately. So that's where this all these online creatives and this will help in the buyer journey.
Sure, you have some inputs on this.
Fundamentally, all these tools are enablers like AR, VR, slice view. Even, today we can see, customer can see in this balcony at what time there will be sunlight and what time there will be not. So customer at his home can understand and know about the project. When he is doing more serious work, when he is taking time to go for site visits, he is well aware about the fundamentals of the project. So there are no surprises. So whoever is coming, devoting his time for a site visit, it means he has invested sufficient time online by going through all these tools. And now he is already, some percentage of mind, he is already sold out. when he's making a site visit. Or moreover, in today's time, technology have made people's expectations higher. Today it is given that builder must be having walkthroughs. I will get everything online because I take care of marketing and CRM. In CRM, I know customer wants that today he has made the payment. Today evening he wants a receipt. If I 10 years back, 5 years back, he might understand that it will take 1 week's time, 2 weeks time, because he's making RTGS. He wants immediate payment receipt. So is the expectation in terms of other services as well.
So, Karanji, how ready today are developers to, for this PropTech collaboration? I mean, if you look at a metaverse, if you look at a digital twin of their offline projects, if you look at AI-driven chatbots, in future, agentic AIs would be handling all the pre-sales queries. So, how ready are developers to embrace the technology?
It's too broad-based a question because there is a wide variety of developers. Some who are slightly more progressive on the digital platforms and some who are slightly reticent. I'm not saying they don't like it. They just want to go a little slow. So I don't think I can give you an answer which says on how prepared are all developers. The other thing is that developers also differ in their habits and their propensities between north, south, east and west. So Western India developers, Southern India developers, Northern India developers, corporate developers, non-corporate developers, there is a lot of difference. So as much as you will tempt me into giving a simple answer, I will not give you a simple answer on that, because ultimately it will depend on whether it is the promoter or whether it is a corporate involved, on what their appetite and more importantly comfort with digital platforms is. But there is enough and more examples, including in the company I work in right now, the company that I worked with in the past, where we have been very, very progressive in driving the digital transformation agenda. I will say this again, that it's not an either or.
Yeah.
You do digital and you do the non-digital traditional media as well, because it needs to be a mix. You just decide how and how much you want to tweak that mix based on micro markets, based on audiences, based on typology, based on asset class, based on what kind of consumer or investor. So there's a lot of variables into play here. And no, I will not give you an easy answer.
So I'll try extract from Rohit. I'm sure from not getting a time 5 years ago for your work, now you mostly would be flooded with queries to come and pitch these digital PropTechs opportunities. How's the response been since last 5-7 years? And also my follow-up question would be that has it got something to do with the promoter's age also? This aim to become a digital readiness?
So currently I've seen there's a change in developer side. Like we majorly handle the southern market. So in Bangalore, we've seen that the developers are adapting to this virtual experiences, on-site experiences for the home buyers. Because see, builders will do what the customers demand. So if suppose 3 builders in the same vicinity have this kind of experiences, so customer visiting the 4th site also, he would expect the same. And obviously, if you're making a large project, you have to have a digital and offline experience equally. It shouldn't be that digital experience is really good and offline experience, and they come to the site, they see that, okay, there's nothing. So they have to find the balance. And last couple of years, I would say there's a lot of demand coming up and adoption is also very high. And I would say, as we're saying, that age gap, yes, young generation are more adaptive. They want to explore new things. They want to they want to experiment new things to see what different they can give to the home buyers who are coming to them.
So I think Dimple didn't agree with me when I put up the age aspect. So I would like to hear your views on that.
So age is just a number. So, I don't feel, because I've worked with 2 or 3 organizations where my chairmans were pretty not that old, but then yes, I have seen them really enthusiastic and welcoming about these technologies, these tools like AR, VR, and they were the first and foremost to introduce them in the organization. Then the younger generation or the second generation. So
I
that's
think the risk-taking capability in that generation is much more.
they understand. Yes, and that's right, because they understand that you have to involve with time. You have to actually present to your customers what is needed, what is the need of the hour. So now because they understand better that मेरे को कहाँ से वो
Response and माल
response
बेचना
आएगा.
चाहिए.
Yes. So uske liye they were all ready. They were the first and foremost to come and say that I want AR VR 5 years ago.
Yeah, true. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, I think we'd like to wrap it up with a quick rapid fire. So, my first question is that, Vishesh ji, if not digital, what's one traditional media you would not like to give up? So, which is
Print.
Print. Okay, I was expecting outdoor, but it's okay. Print. Dimple. Yeah.
So for you, Alok, I would definitely love to go with hoardings. Acha dikhao.
I'll have to say outdoor, but it's okay. You can take your pick.
So it's print and outdoor both, because अच्छा दिखाना भी होता है और अच्छा पढ़ाना भी होता है, so that your customer gets convinced and it converts into sales.
Hamid ji.
think whether it's my son or your grandson or whatever, outdoor is going nowhere.
Thank you. Thank you. Karan ji, we'd love to have your perspective.
I think outdoors is definitely there. Outdoor is definitely there. Outdoor is also evolving, right? It's no longer only the hoarding. Now there are public conveniences. Now there are metro pillars. Now there is, so all kinds of outdoors are coming in. So I think that's definitely there. And I think there will also always be a time and space for print. Print also is an ever-lasting, ever-young one. We'll have to figure out innovative formats, but it'll always remain there.
I agree to Karan sir. So now outdoor is also like giving immersive experience. Like you see outdoors, different. It's not simple outdoors nowadays. So many of and they also experiment at what different they can give to the client. So it's there to stay.
So I think completely agree with the panel outdoor, but I'll still attempt a different answer. If I made a dollar for every time the sales team said, "Sir, बस आप show flat दे देते ना, मैं माल ज़्यादा बेच देता," I would have sold at a premium. Right? So with all due respect, while you get all the outdoors and print and everything right, you don't have a show flat, sample flat, it will perhaps lead to a challenge in velocity and premiumization. That's what I leave it at.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you everyone for the answers. I think during COVID or just around COVID, I remember that we were ready to write obituaries of print media, but I have seen it bounce back crazily. The trust on print is amazing. Thank you all for saying outdoor also. I'll use it for my reels. My organization would. Thank you everyone for listening. I'm not sure we have any question time. We can take it offline if any of you have any questions. It was great moderating. Thank you. Thank you everyone.
Thank you so much. Please give them a big round of applause, everybody. And sir, love the way you moderated with a bit of humor and also knowledge and insights. Give all of them a big round of applause, please, everybody. And मैं बुलाना चाहूँगा स्टेज पे Mr. Vinayak Katkar ji ko, who's the co-founder and CTO at Sil.do. Can I please request him to come up on stage and give the token of appreciation to our esteemed guests? A big round of applause for Vinayak ji as well, please. Thank you.
Before we part, I just want to make one prediction. I feel there will be a time when something like iPhone will happen to real estate. Somebody will come who will listen to the consumer better than us and create a product that will shake up the market, and all the rules will change. So I think the iPhone of real estate, I believe, is going to come and going to shake up things.
Kya baat hai. We look forward to that as well. So I just hope that the sales also of that ends up being like how it is for iPhone. But give a big round of applause for this prediction as well. Although you real estate stalwarts, I'm pretty sure some of you might agree as well. Can I request all of you to come forward over here and accept the token of appreciation from our esteemed guest over here, Vinayak ji. Thank you. And all of you over there who are perhaps willing to write obituaries for print media must have given in typical Bollywood style answer. Na picture abhi baki hai mere dost. That's what it must have been for them. पिक्चर बदल जाती है हाँ. We'll do a nice group photograph with all of you over here at the front after all the token of precisions are being given away. One more coming. Yeah. Ning, whoa. Thank you. Now we can do the group photo. Yes. Can I have some clapping and appreciation from all of you over here, please? Just warming things up for us. Thank you.